I should mention, by the way, because it's kind of breaking news, and I don't like to talk about breaking news because I want to digest it and find out what I think before I say anything, but that there is supposed to be a deal for border security. It looks like Donald Trump has already said that this is not a deal that's going to do the job. He doesn't like it, but he hasn't quite come out and said that he won't sign it. The word is that it gives $1.375 billion for the wall, a lot less than the $5.7 billion that Trump was asking for. The president said, this is from USA Today, his most recent request was he said we pay for 234 miles of new physical barrier. But late last year, when the administration indicated that we'd use the money to build about 215 miles of barriers, only 100 miles of which would be new. So anyway, the Democrats have been pulling all this trickery. It's a negotiation. They have a right to negotiate too. They've been pulling all this stuff about trying to limit the number of beds so that they won't be able to incarcerate people who come over. They'll just have to let them free where they'll disappear. So it's very clear the Democrats do not want border security. There's lots of strategies for Trump now. He can shut the government down. He can wait until December when he'll have a little bit more leverage because some of Obama's sequestration cuts have kicked in. You know, I was watching yesterday, Trump went to El Paso and he had one of his big rallies, and it was amazing. I mean, it was really cold, and there were thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people waiting outside who couldn't get in. They said there were about 8,000 or 10,000 who came into the arena, but all these thousands of people were outside. And Trump was really singing it. He was really doing the wall thing. Play cut number 3.
Juarez had 1,200 murders. El Paso, right next door, a few feet away, had 23 murders. That's not good either. But 23 compared to 1,200. Walls work. Actually, there's nothing like them for what we're talking about. We want to stop drugs. We want to stop traffickers. We want to stop criminals from coming in. Walls save lives. Walls save tremendous numbers of lives. The biggest proponents of open borders are rich liberals and wealthy donors. These are hypocrites who oppose security for you while living their entire lives. I do too, to be honest with you. I'm guilty. I also live behind walls, okay? They live behind walls and gates, and they have guards all over the place. Me too.
Me too. And, you know, the thing about it is there's something about this argument. This has never been a big issue for me. I think that they should pass some laws and enforce them. I think having laws that people ignore is very, very bad for the country. I think it's a rule of law issue for me. It's not a matter of how many people come in. I just think we should be in control of who comes in. I think we should decide whether immigration is a privilege that we are according to those people we care about, or is it a responsibility? Do we have a responsibility to take people in? That's a debate that I think we should have. But I do think that Trump is making more sense than the opposition. Beto O'Rourke held a protest meeting. I think 7 people showed up. And, he made this argument. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Listen to this.
We stand for America, and we stand against walls. We know that there is no bargain in which we can sacrifice some of our humanity to gain a little more security. We know that we deserve and will lose both of them if we do. We stand for the best traditions and values of this country, for our fellow humanity and who we are when we are at our best. And that's El Paso, Texas. I'm glad the country's here to see us.
Yeah, why does he bounce around like that? Bounce around on his toes like a 7-year-old kid. You know, you ever talk to a 7-year-old the way, but they're just kind of keep moving. You say, a little boy, he just keeps moving around, bouncing around. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't seem to me that it's necessarily humane to let people come into the country to break our laws, to take the jobs away from our poor. I do want a compassionate immigration system. I think does Donald Trump. I just want the laws to be enforced. It seems to me a wall, not the worst idea if you put it, obviously I don't want a wall across the entire border. Neither does Trump. He said a million times he doesn't mean to build a wall across the entire border. But at this places where it would help if you go down and ask the border security guys, would it help to have a wall there? If they say yes, put up the wall. It just seems like that logic is going to win out over time if Trump keeps pushing at it, and he will.